Everyone, we're the Bearded Bastards of the Villainous Demand, bringing you our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game, The Ancient War Reborn. I'm your DM, JVD.
Hey guys, I'm Evan the Great from the Villainous Demand. I am playing your Elven Bard Paladin Luda Silverstring. We went to a tight situation and things got loosened.
Loosened? I'd have thought they got more tight.
They got more tight. Yeah.
Well,
For Luda, you got.
We know what type of women Heather's into.
they got loosened.
Tieflings, apparently.
Alright.
I want to, never mind.
I'm here with the Villainous Demand. I'm playing Vesperr North, the Moon Elf Rogue. And some shit just went down.
I'm Smiley playing Order Dwight Hammer. He's in a spot.
Alright, Smiley, care to give me the recap and explain your spot?
I thought
think
it was
Vesperr. No, no. Well, she gave me the first one.
Oh.
I figured with that kicker there at the end, this one would be your spot.
Well, you see, everybody, we did negotiations with a bitch. I didn't even write down her name. But, Ord found out that Greenell basically let Perry die. And he's not feeling too happy about it.
Would you care to elaborate some more on that?
That's the part that Ord took away from it. The essentials was, like, she was wanting a seat on the council. Ord was being a bit of a dick throughout the thing. He doesn't care much for thieves in general. Vesperr got her brother back. Leos has to spend the night in this fucked up sleepover. But, the lady...
You might enjoy it.
He might. The lady informed us that Greenell knew of everything, and that's why he was there. Raised Vesperr to be a Zhentarim agent without her knowledge. Which I ironically called earlier in the episode. And that he has outlived his usefulness.
So, based on your hatred, do you care to explain where this comes from with Osborne and Greenell?
Greenell was trying to set himself up to be a rival in the Greenfields Trade Association. And especially with Ord, he always tried to argue with everything because he felt like Ord is an outsider to the area. He and his family had been here for generations. He cares a lot about his name. He feels like Greedus is a black mark on his name, like making fun of his family. Ord tried everything good throughout their history to try to keep things down with him, but Greenell would never let anything ever rest. To the point like he was making fun of Harry dying when speaking to Vesperr. And this is one of the things, like if Ord had been there, he would have just started to fucking shot Greenell. Right there on the damn spot.
With what gun?
I had one at the time.
Oh, okay, you know about it then. Okay, gotcha. I thought you were just talking about here before we cut, so.
Stuck a gun in?
Oh, I dragged his ass outside and fucking saddle, like, do my smoke hammer, just smash his fucking face on the damn sidewall. But I think Ord will be more satisfied if everyone in Greenfield knows that he let the attack happen.
Alright, so, you guys have agreed to let her accompany you on the council, Agria, which is at noon tomorrow. You guys back upstairs. The clerk hands you your items, and he said he thanks you for being peaceful. And he says, "Good dwarf, please next time do not touch anybody. It's a place of peace."
Wasn't touching him.
Vesperr.
I know, I said I wasn't hurting her.
It's a place of peace. Not only does it give you a peace of mind, it's just keep your hands off everybody, please. Think people tend to get jumpy when there's a lot of motion. And he'll hand you your bag of holding, and bid you a good night. So, with Roland, you guys leave.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Because obviously I know there is no jumping to the Lord's Alliance Council tomorrow. Obviously I feel that there's going to be something here.
Or needs to keep his mind and hands busy.
Is there anything open this time?
In Waterdeep, yeah, you'll find places that are open. I mean, Waterdeep's huge. It's like going to New York City. I mean.
Okay. What kind of clothes does my mother have on?
She's actually dressed really nice.
Okay.
Which is
Like they presented her to you just like she was when they took her away. Elegant.
they gave you a wrap.
I mean, like when you leave and you get out of this shop, like she grabs your hand and she just looks at you and she's trying not to cry anymore. And you can tell that she's very relieved and grateful, and she is just happy to see you.
I'm still wondering if that's just real mom.
I'll tell her,
Scar his face and it comes off. No, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's a chameleon.
Well, yeah.
let's go get something to eat
Chameleon.
and catch
Probably
up.
more permanent.
All right. So, are you gonna do this by yourself, or are you gonna? Do you want to allow everybody? Roland's gonna tell you, look, I know how important family is. He's like, if we don't completely trust him, it's probably not best to leave you alone. He's like, I just reunited with my mother and father, and he's like, and I understand the need for privacy. He's like, but with what's going on, he was like, you need to think about that.
I don't think Roland would put it so articulately.
Yeah, but
That might be the point he tries to get across, but that's not.
yeah, it's not that articulate, but still, he's expressing the need to be with family because he just was, and it was interrupted. But he's expressing the need to not be by yourself with what's going on.
Well, then I'll say, you guys are a family too. So,
Isn't that what Vesperr told you down there? Right.
so let's go.
When you say that, your mom smiles. And she's like, I know you haven't had a family for a long time. She's like, but I'm glad you found one.
It's nice to meet you. My name's Ola Dwight.
And she nods and she tells you, I'm Vashti.
Vashti.
Mm-hmm. She's a very elegant elf. Moon elf, she's beautiful.
And I'll introduce Luda to her. And I guess we'll go.
You introduce her to all the elves and a dwarf.
No.
That's kind of funny. Just a dwarf and the half breed
So
drow.
you gonna go get something to eat with us?
Hey,
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm glad I introduced you to Rupert Snow.
So we'll go to a nice place.
okay.
Ocean still never got to see Rupert.
And
And have a talk. No, he has not.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I was at the end last. I was like, oh my god, I need to show Rupert real fast, and I forgot it this morning.
So you guys go and you get something to eat, and she asks, what's led you to all this? Like she's very curious to hear how this has all come to be, because you haven't seen her in like 8 years, maybe longer than that. It's been a long time.
I'll tell her the entire story, the caravan. I'm sure Aura will jump in on the caravan story.
Yeah, several times. Talking about her is a lot.
Don't trust her.
Tell her about. Well, it's not like it matters if it turns out to be somebody else because
I know. It's just,
we tell our story everywhere.
no, I'm not. In game, Luda's just she knows how the Zhentarim are, and she's
Okay,
Well, to take.
all right. To make Luda happy, to appease her, I'll cast a spell magic on her.
How's she gonna feel?
Yeah, it has been. It's been at
She doesn't have to
least
see me do it. Just
'Cause it really
10
is there.
years since you've seen your mother.
Yeah.
9-10 years. It's been a long time.
It just, it says, the Zhentarim is a little, I know they can brainwash people, man. I'm not telling you this is out of game, but in games you just tell the Ludas we're weary around her. Like you don't know if she's still the same person. Cause I know they can brainwash some people.
Does it make you feel that he's questioning your mother?
that's what I was saying. He's looking weary, but he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not saying anything. I'll tell Luda to cheer up. Drink some wine.
Now, I could have a spell for this kind of situation, but I don't want to do it because it'll be rude. I have detect thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't said it out loud.
I'm not gonna mention it. I don't wanna impose that.
I haven't said it out loud yet. You can just tell on her face that she's not comfortable with this. And he tells me to get some wine. So I get some wine at the table. I'm gonna be listening in to everything she says to see if I can notice anything. Until I'm not 100% comfortable with her, Luda will kind of act like that.
And I just want to ask her how what happened to her? What's happened all these years?
She said, I've been at Scornoble the entire time. They didn't lie to you. She was, I was kept, and she starts crying. She can't even look at you, and she's got her head in her hands. She's like, I was kept in a brothel called the Gentleman's Bet. And she was like, some of the things I had to endure, I would not ever tell my sweet girl.
And I will just reach over and kind of like lift her head up and be like, same thing happened to me for a few years.
Mm-hmm. You were at the Playful Pixie.
No, talk about the
Baldur's
Playful
Gate.
Pixie and Baldur's Gate.
Except she will actually go into the details of what happened there.
Y'all believe this?
No. Roll me some insight.
Okay. 22.
With the way she's acting, as emotional as she is, yeah, why would you not believe this?
Okay.
But, she's wanting to know, how did you get to this? How did you get to getting me back? Like, she's very confused. What does Osborne have to do with this? Like, he was a legit friend of your father.
Osborne apparently worked for the Zhentarim.
And her jaw just kind of drops. She's like, you don't think that he pointed your father to them, do you? For the money, you don't think that, do you?
I don't know.
You don't think? He's like, by what she said, you don't think this has been a setup from the beginning?
It started to look that way.
I mean, her face is red, her eyes are bloodshot from crying so much. I mean, you could tell, like, the realization of all this is really starting to hit her.
And I would just tell her, look, we've killed a small green dragon, we killed a large white dragon,
Actually, I'm saying a large green dragon, a huge white dragon.
and okay.
And a small white dragon.
And
a
a
small white
dragon,
dragon.
yeah.
So we've killed 3 dragons, we killed a vampire.
She's like, but what does all this happen to do with you? She's like, why would they do this to you?
They use people.
It sounds like they were trying to train an agent that would fight the cult for them so they don't get their hands dirty.
Yeah, they wanted me to fight the cult.
Well,
But I
somebody
guess,
that couldn't run ties back to them if they were caught by the cult.
but I also
Someone
guess
not
that,
like Ludo.
Right.
I guess they didn't appreciate when we stepped into Loudwater and killed all their agents in Loudwater.
Wouldn't go away.
She was like, she looks at you and she says, how much blood is on your hands?
More than you'll ever know.
That just makes her stomach turn when you say this. And she tells you, is it worth all of it?
I'm not done yet.
She kind of just takes a deep breath and sighs and just tries to hold back her sobs when you say that. She was like, this is not the life I wanted for you.
Despite how
It's
satisfying it may feel in the moment,
But it's what we're
it's
given.
never worth it.
She was like, you were just giving me. She's like, you can stop this now. She's like, there's no need for you to be a part of this. She's like, we're a family again.
I can't let these guys do it by themselves.
And she just kind of looks at it around at everyone else.
If she does not help us, a lot of families will not be families. They'll be dead.
We've helped a lot of people.
I don't think I could do it alone. She's been a sister to me.
She tells you, she's like, and that's good. She's like, but why the violence? Why? Why do we need this? She's like, your father always entertained people, made people happy. She's like, I never once thought that you would raise a weapon to somebody. You would have these scars just not on your body, but your soul. She was like, I don't want this for you.
She's alright, Vesperr.
I didn't want it either. But what can we do about what fate's given us?
Vesperr, if you want it, you could end this way, so
And she tells you,
I will not judge you, I will accept it.
she tells you, I understand that. She was like, and maybe they were right. Maybe this is bigger than us.
Well, I mean, I explained to her about how we went to the temple of the Allfather and how we spoke with the oracle.
Yeah, we spoke to gods. Hi, Mom. I spoke to a god today.
And how that Anon the Allfather blessed me. And how I feel like this is something that I have to see through till the end.
She doesn't know what to make of this.
I just be like, you know, it's crazy that a giant god would bless small folk.
Especially an elf.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and I just feel like this is what I have to do.
She's like, but what if I lose you? I just found you. She's like, then what? This will all be for nothing.
You're free. That was the only goal I ever had in mind, was to get my family back and free.
She said, but am I really free if you're gone? Your father's gone. Your brother, my sweet little angel's gone. She's like, am I really free if I lose you?
I'm sorry, but I have to do this.
And she just kind of hangs her head.
You did
It's
promise
not
to go
it's
back.
not so much in disappointment, but it's like the grim understanding that, you know, she realizes that she can't talk you out of this.
I'll tell her I'll get her set up.
Like, will you give her a ring back?
I don't know.
Come on,
Slightly an immunity.
It's like an immunity.
There is that blue half-dragon son of a bitch.
I'll tell her that that I have the money, I have the funds, anywhere she wants to live at, I can sit her up there, and she won't have to worry about anything. And I promise that I'll come back.
She kind of smiles. She's like, you know, despite all this, you're kind of just like your father. You're always ready for anything until tragedy hits. Remember that.
Truer words have never been spoken about his character.
It's true. She's like, you know, I just wish seeing you wasn't going to have to be like this. She was like, when they told me you were in that town and then that I would see you again, she was like, I didn't believe them. And she's like, and then I stood on the docks that day and watched you go by Scornoble. And I knew you were alive, and that was enough for me.
I tell her that's the hardest thing I've ever done, to go by and know you were there.
And she said, and to know all I had to do was yell out, and you would have seen me. She was like, I understand.
Shit, no, he's badass.
I wasn't a badass then.
She was like, yeah, she's kind of chicken shit.
Yeah.
She's like, but
She
she's
didn't have a
like,
fancy sword giving her root.
to know that you were all right.
Your sword
I could have lived my life doing what I was doing. It's like just that moment was enough for me. To know that you were free. And then after that, everything changed. They took care of me. It's almost like they knew this was going to happen.
I groomed her.
And she said, I hate that they played us like this. They played you like this.
Yeah, but they didn't expect to create a monster that would kill them.
She was like, I don't think you can. She's like, they are everywhere.
No, I'm starting to realize I can't wipe out the whole Zhentarim, but that doesn't mean I can't take out the ones I want.
She's like, it's,
Apparently they outlived their usefulness like Greenfield did.
she was like, and then what of you? What if when you live you're out usefulness to them?
I'll never work for them.
She's like, but you do, and you didn't even know it, and you know it's true. She's like, look,
They pulled strings that I didn't see, but I never worked for them willingly.
she said, it doesn't matter, you did. She's like, every one of you did. She's like, that is the way of the world. You will never truly be free.
That's
You're
true.
always going to be tied down to someone.
Everybody owes somebody something.
That's right. And she was like, and I hope after this we will owe nobody anything. It's like, I hope after this we can put this all behind us.
I hope so. So now that you're free, what is it that you want to do?
I'm where I want to be. She's like, I have no other place to be but with you. She's like, I know what you're already going to tell me, but I don't want to leave your side. She's like, but I can already tell by what you've told me, and I can see it in your eyes right now, you won't let me.
You can't go where we're going.
I know this. She's like, but at least I know if you don't come back, that you've died doing the right thing. And she's like, I can live with that.
That's all we can hope to do.
So she kind of wipes the tears from her eyes. And she says, enough of this. She's like, please, tell me more about yourselves. She was like, enough tragedy. This tragedy is behind us.
They might not be full too much.
She'll even go to tell you funny stories and embarrassing stories about Vesperr, like any good mother should.
Right. Let me write these down
And
for
then,
song.
then you realize that this cold, hard-ass person isn't what she used to be. So, but she wants to know you guys. You know, if Vesperr is calling you family, you're her family.
I would tell her bits and bobs about my life in Mirabar, coming to Greenest. I will avoid before Mirabar, and
Anything sad.
yeah, I will avoid the whole attack on Greenest and everything as well. Talk about her journeys on the caravan, which Ord absolutely adored. I tell her about Rupert, the metal bearer. Tell her about Snert, my assistant.
What about you, Luda?
After hearing all
I
this,
figure Snurk's with us, right?
all the
Remember, he was
discussion
to lead the letter.
Yeah.
and everything, I'm starting to think this woman is real, and they've got her up to speed and healthy, and because they knew they was going to do this to us. So I'll tell her a few things about myself. I'll tell her the man that was with us down there, the Olsen. He trained me to become a great agent myself.
She's been chasing after him for a while.
Got into a lot of trouble, but fate and friendship got us through it. I say, but my passion has always been and always will be through the musical arts. And I show her my violin and my jewelry, and tell her how my father and father, they used to run a jewelry store, and I may look prissy, but I've learned to use that to my advantage, and also it's got me in trouble a few times.
She looks at your violin, she says, may I?
Yes.
Because they're a family of entertainers.
Yeah.
And she'll play your violin, And she's like, so, Ord, what did you just say about her and this Leosin guy?
Oh, she's been chasing after that for a while. Ever since we met her.
And she asked, why? Why have you not said anything? She said, love's a wonderful thing. Love gives you something.
I go from elven skin to red fire skin.
She tells you, she's like, has your feelings for him pushed you through all of this?
In many ways, they have, and they've all, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've also thought maybe he's not the person I thought he was, but him sacrificing himself back there to stay there with Zents made me think I know he's for real now.
She says, shows you, if you don't say something soon, it may be too late.
Like,
Go ahead.
I was also like in the morning.
Yeah. She's like, I don't want to bring up bad memories. She's like, but look at me, my daughter. She's like, I never thought I'd see her again. She's like, just hoping she was out there gave me the strength I needed. She's like, obviously, your feelings for him has given you the strength that you needed. She was like, don't hold it back anymore.
That's good advice. I will use it. Say, but overall, you have nothing to worry about with your daughter, Vesperr. She may look small, but she has a large heart, and she's more courageous than anybody I've ever met in my life.
And a large vagina. Oh. And she says, and she kind of wraps her arm underneath the Vesperr. She puts her, and she says, I know.
And I will, near the end when I guess we're getting ready to leave or whatever, is she going back to the safe house with us?
She's going wherever you're taking her.
Or, okay.
I mean, at least there there's Harper agents around.
She's a guardian.
Hey, if you want her to stay with you, she will stay with you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take her with us, and I'll pull out one of my pouches, and I'll give her 400 gold pieces, so she'll have some coin. And
Well, she's ever had in her life.
I'll talk, when we get back, I'll talk to the Harper agents, anything she needs.
I'll
She has the
pull out
money.
the party fund, give her 100 platinum as well.
Jesus. You guys just made her rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently that is a thing now amongst you guys. Enslaved people get lots of money.
She's family.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So was the 124 slaves family too?
No.
No, we just felt pity.
So,
Well, you're their boss. You're their boss. All the saints as well.
And
they'll tell you that, tomorrow we'll make sure that, she is safe.
As the dinner does right on, Ward will excuse himself and find a late working smith.
Oh, you're
Oh,
already late.
we're
But yeah, you can do that. Go ahead.
Just to have somewhere to work at.
So you just got to branch off from them to go work on that thing?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Just try to keep himself busy.
All right. You gonna let her stay with you?
yeah, me and my mother probably go back to the room and discuss things in private, and I'll tell her about Augustia and all that. And,
Just kind of let your heart out.
yeah.
And she's
Probably cry and break down.
And she's
finally.
very, let
But
all that emotion go.
Yeah, because I'm hoping that nobody sees anything in here. So.
No, no one's gonna see
Ford
it.
walks in at that time.
Luna, what about you?
I'm going to a separate room. I was staying with her, but her mother's staying in there now. I've got some communications I have to send out.
Okay, send out your communications.
Let's picture this as like the
So Uncle Leo's and that's just, hey boo.
Nope.
How you doing? I see you there.
I sent a message to Crowland.
Crowland, okay? To everyone.
I really like Crowland when I met him.
Okay.
Krillin?
Crowland, not Krillin.
Oh,
He's
I
a
thought you
bad-
said
he's a
Krillin.
bad- he's a
I was like,
bad-
I actually was trying to push for us to stay there a day just so I could talk to him about magic.
Cause he told me to keep him heads up, what's going on, and he's a high-ranking Harper
I
agent,
don't like the Zhentarim in the seat though.
and
I just don't like
I want him to know what's going on here. Because he also had a meeting, he was also gonna have a meeting with the Fire Lord.
Yeah.
I sent him a message, or a sending of 25 words. I tell him that we arrived safely. Meeting tomorrow with, what's the name of the group?
Just say Alliance.
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 The mockery of
But I am worried because a tiefling leader of
No, just
the Zhentarim,
Zent wants seat.
or yeah, Zent.
You say words. No,
Yeah.
say Tiefling, just say Zent wants seat.
I want to say Tiefling Zent, because you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure.
you know who? Well, those
You know who.
tieflings are exactly a very rare race.
And there are a bunch of.
Well, I said in
Zhentarim.
charge, Zentine Tiefling in charge.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
At
people that are
Waterdeep.
higher up ranking. I mean, it's like the Harpers.
I know, but I say at Waterdeep. At Waterdeep.
She was at Baldur's Gate right before this though.
What's her name? Does anybody remember?
No, actually, I don't.
I wanted you to forget her name as an insult. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, I told them that worries me that they want a seat.
Akira?
Wanted you to know,
Scalera.
talk later.
Scalera.
Okay.
Scalera.
I want to communicate with this guy like I used to with Leosa.
Wait, who you talking about? You two? You talking about?
What's her face's name? The tiefling.
Oh, Akira?
Akira.
That's not good.
A-K-R-I.
I can change my whole message now. I said our name. I said the tiefling.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry.
well, go ahead, do your own message then.
Yeah, okay, I'm switching that. I want to say that we made it safely. We made it safely to Waterdeep. Oh, Waterdeep's one word. Meeting tomorrow with the council. I am worried because Akara, the Zent agent, wants a seat and will be there later.
It?
Yes. I want him to know this.
Okay.
Because he's probably not going to sit well with that.
He tells you, he says, no worries. I will inform our seat on the Lord's Alliance of the Zent's presence.
Ooh, that was a good one. You deserve a cookie.
We will keep watchful eyes on them.
You did a good one.
You found out something you didn't know, didn't you?
Well, I assume they had several seats.
Well, they have.
Well, no, he's got a seat. Their alliance has a seat.
Yeah.
It says that their seat on the council, on the Lord's Alliance. We'll keep an eye out. You didn't know they had one. He just told you they had their own little alliance due to everything going on. Because
Yeah.
they actually now, they have a seat on the Lord's Alliance.
They have the
That's why I know it's a fucking mockery.
Illuminati.
I bet it's a Silverbush, whatever the hell his name was.
Silverbush, Grey Bush.
All right, do you need to send any other messages out?
No one could else than that.
What?
If you see a place, Magic can't go over there.
No one said they were there.
Oh.
It was a meeting place.
Fuck, he's probably going to be mad at me, but I'm going to send him a message.
Okay, what do you want to send him?
Hey, boo.
I'm going to say,
Hey, boo-boo. Hey, babe.
Feel like you fuzzy little message.
tell him,
Hey, lady, gonna go club with people you want to.
we are ready for the morning. Hope you are doing well. Don't get mad, but I have informed our Harper friend, Crowland, of what will take place tomorrow. And he said he will let his Harper Alliance know.
Okay, let's get that down to 25.
Damn it!
You kept repeating yourself
Yeah,
several times.
yeah. Count them out.
I say, Hope you are doing well.
Okay, 5.
Don't get mad.
Don't get mad.
Let my Harper contacts know of
Akiria. And Crolin said not
You
to
don't have to
worry.
mention his name because he doesn't mention his contact's name.
I wanted to know that I know a Crolin.
Does he know Crowley?
Oh, I don't know.
He was at teleportation
Yeah,
center waiting on you
he
guys.
knows him. But
Harper contacts.
So,
I'm gonna let him know of his name. Now, how many words are we in?
that's about it. That's about
Yeah.
it. He was counting
So that's
that.
what I said.
Okay, you're waiting for a message back from him.
Yeah, I want to know if he's all right,
Um,
and I will not go to sleep till he responds.
he said he
He says he loves me.
you take a while. Well, you didn't tell him you
I'm
loved
gonna
him.
give it.
It takes a while. You get the itch, and he tells you. He says,
You walk to my door.
I know. He said, I know of Crolin's seat on the council. They are doing their best to set things in motion with them. Good luck tomorrow.